What's up? Got a TWOSUN in this box. Let's get it out of here. We're going to check it in so we can check it out. All right. Okay. Wow. Wowie, wowie. Man, is that a chunker. Chunker. I wonder if they called this thing TONTONKA. Hey, let's get rid of all this stuff. Man, look at this thing. This is a TWOSUN TS412 with D2 steel and micarta. My black micarta here, and I think red micarta there. Let's wipe it off real quick and get that initial layer of oil off of it. Yeah. What a cool chunker. I mean, right out of the box, I think I'm in love. Yeah, this thing is super cool, man. All right, let's see what's up. What's in there? Oh. Yeah, okay. Detent's kind of high there. Great action. Nice little ting sound. All right, Spidey flick. Very cool. How about my thumb? My favorite. Ooh, hold on. There we go. Wow, that blade. This thing's going to cut like a dream. I know it. Let's get this little bit of oil off of here. We'll take a look at that blade. Wow, is that thing deep and long and wide. Fair blade stock, but look at the width of this blade. I mean, I don't know how thin that is on the edge, but it's going to be super slicey. So there it is, the TS412 D2 steel. It's a Jelly Jerry design. Red micarta here, linen micarta, and then this is a little different textured, and it's I'm gonna say that's linen micarta too, but it's different. It's got kind of a rough texture. Cool pocket clip. Wow. Yeah. So watching this one on eBay, I had no idea that it was this big. None. I mean, I could tell it was a little chunker, but I had no idea it was this big. This thing's... wow. I mean, that's all I can say is wow. Hey, let's get in it. Let's get in it and check it out. So check it in so we can check it out. Okay, quite a bit of tension on here. I'm gonna say maybe some Loctite on this screw. Yeah, definitely. It's got its own little bit of Loctite going there. There you can see it. All right. For sure, this one. I think it just felt it pop apart there. Might be all we needed. I definitely think that's all we needed. All right, come on. There we go. Man, look at the size of that scale. There's quite a bit of oil here. I think I'm going to break it down just to get all that oil up out of there from underneath these scales. Let's see. I don't think it's that big a deal. It doesn't look like it's going to be that hard to get in there. Got a couple of screws for this pocket clip. Actually, just one now that I'm looking at it. It's got one screw from the inside. There it is. It's recessed into that micarta. Not my favorite design. It's being held in by that micarta. There's enough of a pattern there that may be plenty good and secure. Like, it's not round at all. It's, you know, if anything, it's a rectangle. If I had to pick a shape. Not a lot of oil back there. I mean, I didn't know if I don't know that I needed to strip all this apart now that I'm looking at that. But since we've gone in for a penny, in for a pound, right? Might as well just finish and get this last one off and make sure that I don't have a bunch of oil behind there. Which, I mean, there was plenty there. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, it had some in there. And if I wouldn't have taken that off, that oil would eventually have weeped up around the edges of this micarta. Is that G10 or micarta? I'm not sure. Anyways, we'll wipe it off and then I'll know better. There's quite a bit of whatever that is in there. So yeah, sure. I mean, it's almost like fibers, like some kind of fibers from, it got wiped by a towel or something. Something going on there. That pin's pretty secure. This pin's holding on pretty good too. There it goes. Get a little racetrack washer out of there. There's a lot of pieces and parts to this thing too. He's got these bolsters and extra screws holding on the scales. Take a little better look at this material and see if we can figure out if it's G10 or micarta. There's a little bit of oil under this one. This is definitely micarta, these big scales. This bolster scale, I'm not sure. Haven't formed an opinion yet. This might be a piece of work trying to get that off, because there's nowhere to really grab it. And if it's sucked down on there, I don't know that I can get it off. Let's resort to something a little more pokey. See if I can't get under that scale. I don't think so. Ooh, yeah. Good thing that's under a collar. All right, I'm done picking on that. End up causing damage here. We'll just wipe down what we can at this point and put her back together. Like, that's a cautionary tale. I already know. When you get to something like that you don't have a clear path to get under it, you kind of maybe err on the side of caution and go, yeah, if it's sucked down on it, I think I'm going to leave it be. But there's a bunch of fibers in here, some kind of fibrous material. I don't know if it's a towel that they had wiped it down with. It's got internal stop pins built into the blade. It's got a detent ramp. Yeah. I mean, it feels kind of heavy duty. You know, maybe this has got a little heavier use in its future. All right, let's get a good look at this material. See if we can't figure out, is this D2 or G10 or not D2? I mean, it's got a texture to it. I don't know if the camera's going to show that. I'll be honest. I don't know that I can call that and say what it is. I don't know if that's G10 or micarta. I don't think the listing states what it is either. I think the listing just states that it's micarta. And so if it doesn't list G10, I almost have to err on the side that says, I believe it to be micarta. But I don't know. It's iffy enough that I'm kind of comfortable to say that, well, it's either micarta or it's G10. How about that? kind of punked out on it, didn't I? It's got this milling here for that internal stop pin to run in. Pretty cool. This black micarta. It's got a nice texture to it, so we can't get that to show up. It's almost got like a rustic. It's definitely linen micarta, but it's got kind of a rustic finish to it. It's pretty nice. I like it. All right, let's wrap up here. Get the cleaning part done. We'll get her put back together. Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, I'm not going to say that it's built bulletproof, but it's seems to be a fairly stout build. Okay. Yeah, so I chased this one around for a while on eBay, direct auctions, and was able to finally get one at a reasonable price. And of course, at the end of the video, I'll kind of toss out what that is. But I mean, I thought it was a fair price based on what it looked like it was. And I think some of them are going cheaper now. Some of them, you know, maybe a little more. It's definitely in demand. Pretty cool knife. Based on this, I had no idea it was this big. I mean, I knew it was a chunker, but I didn't know it was like this thing's big. Oh, okay. Put the collar on it. That would help. There we go. Come on. Ooh, made me fight for it. There we go. I think we're set now. A little racetrack, a little washer. A dab will do you. Man, if you're old like me, you'll remember what that's about. A dab will do you. But you got to be pretty old to remember what that's all about. Okay. Another racetrack. Hold on. There's a pocket clip screw that I got to put in, which means I have to assemble this. Now that I'm looking at it, it's got to get assembled. The scale. I don't have to do the bolster, but the scale's got to go on in order for that pocket clip to be put on. So let's just back up and get it. Yeah, that don't seem right, does it? I'm pretty sure that is not right. It's going to be one of these little ones here. But they are all T8s. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay. Now that I got that, I can do this pocket clip. I think this pocket clip's going to function pretty well too. It's got a fair amount of spring to it. Seem to be ramped appropriately. Okay, that's not that. I wonder if it's this one. Yep. Nope. It's got to be a little one. No, it's that big one. It took it. Just had to get it lined up properly. Let's get this tight. There we go. Then I can, let's get a dab of oil on that detent ball. Okay. I think I'm kind of quiet here. It's forcing me to concentrate. These are all the same. No, there's one more big one, and I think it's that one right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. Help hold all this together. Okay. That's not right. Yep. I say I'm having to focus, but I don't know that I'm focused very well. Let's get that back out of there. Let's get this out of here, if I can. Hopefully I don't have to take it all apart again. There we go. There we go. Shoo-wee. Could I have done that any more wrong? Not paying attention. Okay. This has still got some Loctite on it, so I think it'll be fine. Yeah, it's got plenty of tension on it. All right, we've just got a bunch of these little ones now holding these scales in. I'll get them all going, and then I'll come back and check them for proper tension. There we go. I wonder if I'm going to notice an improvement here. I mean, it was pretty dirty, but not like dirty. It just had a bunch of fibers, like from a burlap sack or something. A bunch of weird looking fibers on it. Okay. Let's check for blade play. Oh yeah, that's not, that is not done. Okay, that's solid. That's solid. Oh man, that action is wonderful on this knife. All right, we're going to give it a quick wipe with a towel, and then we'll finish checking it. We'll do a checkout on it. Give it a good checkout. Wow. That's a chunk of steel too. Let's see. Do an assessment on that action. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, super nice. That action is wonderful. So good that, man, I got to check that blade play again, put fingerprints on it, just to make sure that that's not got any play in it, because it is running really wonderfully. Super, super smooth. All right. I like the action. All right, let's check that grip. So, really good jimping up here on the top. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, very aggressive. So when you dig in with that thumb forward, this jimping on the back of the flipper tab, it's equally as aggressive. So this lock here all by itself, incredibly confident grip right there. Super, I mean, can't be any better. Thumb forward, thumb digs into that jimping, which is just placed perfectly for this grip. And this is really nice. I mean, I feel the pocket clip, and this edge right here feels a little sharp. I'm not going to call it hot, but it's warm. I can feel that. And it's such a big grip. I mean, wow, that's a handful. Very confident grip though. If it met resistance, if this was brought to bear as a self-defense weapon and this met resistance, I feel very confident that the grip would be maintained on this. Yeah, really nice. I like the grip on it. I really like this knife. All right, what about that pocket clip? Let's run it and see what it's about. All right, here we go. Big material. Yeah, it's kind of meeting some resistance there. Got to get it over under that clip there. Once it's under, it goes, and then it runs. Wonderful tension, really in there. So it's not very deep carrying. That's as deep as it's going to go. So it's leaving a fair portion above the pocket, which is fine by me. I don't necessarily feel like I have to conceal my pocket knife. So, I mean, it's perfectly functional to me. But if you're looking for something deep that really conceals the knife itself, this ain't making it. Yeah, you've got well over a half an inch above the pocket. Wonder how it works on that thinner material like standard jeans. Yeah, it's one hand in and out if you were wearing standard jeans. So, I mean, the pocket clip's cool. Let's check it for safety and see if we've got any contact in any of our risk points. Once it's in the pocket, do we run the risk of making contact with the tip or the blade and cutting ourselves? So on that back, I mean, there's a fairly wide space right here, and I cannot touch that blade. So that's good. The back spacers, titanium, very nice. And the tip, albeit it's really close, I cannot touch it. It's just below the horizon of that back spacer. So the pocket clip's good, the tip safety's good, and the back of the blade's good. Wow. All right, let's see how sharp it is. Wonder how it cuts. It's going to be amazing. Oh, man, this thing. Wow. Wowie, wowie, wow. Yeah, very sharp, extremely sharp. And could you put even a better edge on it? I mean, I'm confident that I could, but just the thinness of this blade down at the end, this thing's wicked sharp. Price and availability. So I bought this at an eBay auction, and I believe they're still running them, and they're currently available on White Mountain Knives. So with a 10% code, they're right around $80, and that's right about what I paid for this at an eBay auction. So, which makes sense. I mean, if you could buy it at White Mountain and you can get it, within a week, you should be able to buy it at an eBay auction for about the same. Yeah, so the TS412 in D2, really a chunker. What a big chunk of knife, but I like it. The jury on my side anyway is still out. Is that G10 or micarta? I mean, I tend to believe that it's micarta, because it does not have any texture like G10 would have, but it doesn't have the texture of this micarta either. So is it just really fine linen micarta? I think it is. But I mean, I could be wrong. Yeah, very nice. The action's just drop shut at this point. Really nice. And man, does this thing come out with authority. Just the acoustics of it all. Great, confident, strong grip. TS412. I'm definitely going to give it some pocket time. I also think it's an amazing self-defense knife. A couple of reasons. So it's got a really good, strong grip. It makes a intimidating sound when it comes out of there, and it looks intimidating. When that comes out and that goes in the hand after that sound, I'm going to relate it to racking a shotgun. That's enough going on there to, I mean, hopefully it gives somebody pause. I mean, that's what I'd want it to do. Yeah, very nice. TS412 D2 steel. Right around $80 on White Mountain Knives. Should be about the same on eBay. Appreciate you watching.